So things at GameStop Retro have gotten even worse. This is just insane what I just found out. So not only did I go into a location and the employee actually buy the game, when I tried to purchase the game in the store, I had the cash for that game and I was willing to pick it up. Now, the person who sold them that game has reached out to me and they told me that because they didn't have certain games in the system, they refused to take the games, but they tried to keep them at the store so that they could throw them away in the dumpster. These are games that have some value to them. They are Nintendo GameCube games. And of course, what did I do? I actually bought these games from that person. So this is so insane that not only are some crazy things happening with GameStop Retro, purchasing fake games at the store, and having all of these games at this particular location, getting into arguments with employees about this, and then going back to try and correct the situation and being laughed at. That is exactly what happened. I was laughed at when I told them that an employee thought about buying a game before I could even purchase the game. That is just the craziest thing to me. Well, this right here, this game goes for over $100. And this is so insane that the person reached out to me, and because GameStop would not buy this expensive video game, they would not take this retro game in at their location, and they told them to just leave it there so that they could either trash it or maybe give it away if anyone even wanted it. Well, this is so insane. So I met up with the person. I was able to buy these games from him, add them into my collection, and it is so insane. It's just so crazy to me that GameStop Retro is not taking some of these rarer games. This one, Ultimate Muscle. This is so crazy. This is after an anime. This is actually a really fun game. And this one is just so crazy. So you have like these outlandish superheroes or villains. It's definitely over the top and fast-paced fun. Now, it's kind of like wrestling, fighting, kind of like a circus all mixed together. So you like fly off the different ropes, and you have these insane heights. So it's just really cool that you have like this spin on things, and this is definitely a fun one to add into the collection. And that's not all, because he also had this game. Now they took his other Tom Clancy video games, but they would not take this collector's edition. This right here is the limited collector's edition, a steelbook game in like near perfect shape with the slipcover. These, you just don't run into these every single day. This is just so crazy to me. And then he was telling me that the employee should have bought that game a long time prior. Super Mario Land, when she refused to sell it to me because she was thinking about buying it. This one's actually really cool because this is a steelbook. Now, I thought it was always odd that they did not make this smaller, like these like little spots here for the GameCube, but that's because they had this for other systems as well. But this is such an awesome find, picking up these like more rare, these like more uncommon games, and then essentially buying it from the person who tried to get money from GameStop, who tried to go there, sell it, so that he could, trade it in towards stuff that they had in stock. And then, of course, them refusing it, not being able to, take some of these good, decent, fun games in, some of these rare games. And then this one right here, Army Men, real-time strategy. We all love these Army Men games back in the day. So much fun, so much nostalgia. You have to command your troops, you have to get different resources, complete these objectives, build your bases. And this is just a fun time, just something that I'm super nostalgic for, playing a lot of these games on the Nintendo 64, having a blast with it. We have this Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, just another fun one. It expands on Sands of Time. This one definitely is a great sequel. There's just so much going on with it because, it's just a fun one. You have like more edge. The platforming is so much better in this game. You have the time traveling, back and forth between the different times. The slowdown in this game with like the time, that's a really cool concept. The combat's better, the puzzles are better, and the platforming overall is so much more fun. So this one is definitely a classic and a great series to add. This one, I could see how this was more geared towards the movie, like these movie tie-in games. You're having kids play this, but it could have been a lot more fun if we had like more monsters and just a little bit more going on. But I can see how this would be a lot of fun for kids playing it, you know, just having a good time with the atmosphere, just a fun experience for those who are a fan of the movie. And I think if the combat or maybe even like replayability would have been a little bit better, I think this would have been a top tier game. Then on to this NASCAR game, Dirt 2 Daytona, from the creators of NASCAR Heat. So this was designed by NASCAR drivers, raced by their fans. So this one is a game that I did not have in the collection. I'm definitely curious to see how it plays, if it's just like some of the more average style racing games, or if this has a little bit more fun to it. But it's just so wild to me that GameStop, once again, dropping the ball. Not only are their employees refusing to sell games, they're not being able to take in games because of their inventory, because of the lists that they make at GameStop. They just can't take in everything. Now I get if it was like some crappy sports title or something that they had so many games of, but refusing some of these good games here, like this one, going over a couple $100, like it's so wild to me. And then even this Steelbook, this collector's edition, just refusing this and then essentially saying they can leave them there and just, you know, trash it. That is just so wild. I can't believe it. So I'm super excited that I was able to make a deal with the person, get these games, add them into the collection, you know, help them out as well, just having great conversation and just, you know, seeing what happens next at GameStop. Whether I get laughed at by the employees for, you know, having an employee buy a game out from under me. When I had the cash, I was ready to buy the game, and because they wanted to buy it, even though they had several months to do so, because he told me he traded it in months prior to that, she didn't even know it was there, and then, you know, it's just so crazy. So I want to know, have you had bad experiences, or have you had like good ones? I need to know. I'm really hoping that I can continue to like have better situations happen at GameStop, maybe find some more GameCube games or other retro games that I need for the collection. But as of right now, it's just so crazy that this is even happening and things need to change. So of course, which one was your favorite in this lot? And thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.